fellow audiophiles. In this video, we are going to see about the product named Tin HiFi C2. And this is the box it comes in. The C2 Mech Warrior. So, of course, the Mech Warrior denotes the mechanical design that this IEM adopts. It has the 3 screws, squarish design, has some sharp edges. It shows it how mechanical it looks. So this product is priced around $30 US. So it comes under the budget segment in the sci-fi. So Tin HiFi is been focusing on this budget segment nowadays. You know the Tin T3 Plus, of course, which is one of the best product in my opinion. It has a very good sound for the price, and still it's one of my primary recommendation if people ask an IEM under 5,000 or 6,000 rupees. It's a well all-rounded IEM. And now the Tin HiFi has refreshed their lineup with the C series. Actually, they have the T, P, but now they have entered into the C series. Actually, they have released two products named C2 and C3. Now I am having the C2 in my hand for the review purpose. And as a disclaimer, this review unit has been sent by Tin HiFi to me. This whole review is based on my honest opinion and my usage. So they have not been paid to me to manipulate this review. So alright, so this whole review is based on my observation. I have used this IEM with this dongle. I don't want to use any kind of expensive DAC or amps because this is a budget IEM, guys. This is $30 US. People, those who are buying this thing, need to run with some sort of budget thing. Alright, so I have just used this dongle DAC named Abigail from Venture Electronics. So this drives really very well. So no problem at all. So talking about this IEM itself, as a verdict now itself, I'm saying this is one of the best IEM that I have ever used. I mean, for the price, I'm saying the resolution, especially this IEM provides, is exceptional. The details, the overall sound is just amazing for $30 US. Now we will talk about in detail. So alright, so everyone knows about the design. This is usual IEM design, but they of course changed the design language by using some sort of mechanical aspects, design aspects. Alright, so it just fits well in here, no problem at all. But of course, since it has some sharp edges inside, can you notice this? Yeah, alright. There are some sharp edges. So what happens is, if you wear this earphone for a prolonged time, the ear has some sort of concord, right? The inner concord, it just starts to hurt. So that's the problem, but you have to adjust it like every 30 minutes to avoid that sort of pain. Other than that, it's pretty good. And one con I can say is that in the packaging they should have provided different ear tips. These ear tips are very flimsy, guys, and doesn't provide better seal at all. You need to fiddle with these ear tips to find a better fit, but it's very horrendous tips. These tips actually, they should have provided the tips that they have provided with T3 Plus or something like that. So ear tips are like meh for me. The cable is pretty good. Of course, it's not the usual cable that the Tin HiFi provides, because they usually provide where the braiding has been shown outside itself. But now they have given an outer sheath, plastic sheath, to avoid the microphonic sounds and also to avoid the wire breakage. So it's a pretty good thing. It does the job, so no problem at all. Alright, so talking about the sound, the Tin C2 is tuned in a U-shaped sound signature. I don't say it's a balanced at all. It's not a neutral, it's not a balanced, or I won't even say it's a V-shape. It's a U-shaped sound signature. So of course you will see slight recession in the mids. That can be expected in a U-shaped sound signature. But how well they have been tuned? That's the important aspect. Signature is not a bad thing. Of course, many people have different taste. So the signature, this is having a U-shaped signature, so this is not good. Only neutral earphones are best. No, it's not like that. Everyone have different signatures. Everyone love different signatures. So we should need to respect them. But how well they tune those signatures, that's what make an impact on the market. Alright. So this U-shaped sound signature has been tuned perfectly. I mean, according to the price, this sounds really good. First, we'll talk about the bass. The bass is really good in this C2. I first thought it's gonna be like, because Tin HiFi released this IM, right? Because they are mostly focused towards neutral or balanced IM. So I thought this is gonna be a bright sounding earphone, or the bass will be pretty null. But surprisingly, this has a very good bass. I mean, the sub bass especially digs deeper. It goes very deep and also provides its satisfying rumbles, no problem at all in the sub bass section. It also has a clear distinction between the sub bass and the mid bass section. The mid bass, however, sounds slightly leaner, slightly leaner. It don't give you that fuller experience like what Echo Oatstain or Tin T3 Plus provides. Okay, those provide a fuller sounding experience, but since the mid bass is not that bigger in this, sounds slightly leaner. But according to me, that gives that sensation of clarity and separation in the overall sounding experience. So people those who didn't like T3 Plus because of the muffled fuller sound will really like this C2. Me personally, after listening to this like a week, I really like this more than the T3 Plus now, because the clear distinction from the sub bass and the mid bass, and also that gives the separation and clarity in the overall sound. So the mid bass is leaner, but it's really good. So if you're asking me, will it satisfy a bass head? I mean, it will not completely satisfy them, but it will really satisfy them. It might be confusion for you. If I want to say that, like 50 to 60 percentage it will satisfy it. But if you're a normal user, this base is more than adequate. If you listen to like Theo Mioneer or Echo Watchden, those kinds of mid bass, then you will not be satisfied. But this gives a clear distinction between those two frequencies, and the bass is really really nice. And as I am a bass head, I really like this. I really like this. This is one of a well-tuned bass in my opinion. So talking about the mid-range, of course it's a U shape, so you will be hearing some slight recession in this frequency. The lower mids are good guys, the male vocal sounds really natural, the female vocal sounds natural, no problem at all. The tone is as natural as possible, but it has a slight tint of warmth. So already you cannot expect that brightness, but there is a slight tint of warmth, but it's adequate. It's like a lush and melodious mid-range. No problem at all. The lower mid sounds good. Those kick drums has nice impact, no problem at all. And the upper mids is slightly elevated. Slightly elevated. It's not like fully airy or something like that, but it's more than adequate because most people are prone to sibilant attacks. All right. So, but the C2 don't have sibilance. Of course, it's near. If it exceeds a slight a bit, it will enter into the sibilance category. But for now, the C2, whatever the harsh tracks that I replay, this never sounds sibilant at all. It's really good. The upper mids has been tuned really well. Even though if it's elevated, it's been controlled, the sibilance segment. All right. So the layering, especially in the C2, is really done very well. The layering is very good. The separation. When talking about the treble may not be extended that well, but since the upper mid sounds clear, the treble also imitates to be sounding clear. It's really good. I mean, the detailed retrieval for $30 is really good because most of the IEMs in this price segment is mostly V shaped and sometimes they may be L shaped. So what happens is the treble gets completely muted out. But in this, there is no sort of muffling out the treble or muting out the treble. The treble really shines in this C2. So overall, it's really good. I'm talking about the technicalities. The technicalities are like especially the staging. The staging is adequate. The height is also above average. The width is also above average. Especially the layering is really good. Since the resolution is one of the star aspect of this Tin HiFi C2, the layering is done pretty well. I really love the layering in this. It's really really good. Each instruments are separated well. You can really feel the sense of space in between those instruments. It's not clustered out, especially when you play some songs like Dream On from Aerosmith. You can feel there is a lot of space in between the instrument. Those right and left channels are nicely separated out. So you'll be getting a vivid and lively experience in this. So technicality aspect, I can't say any con in this seat. So overall, does this earphone really worth? Absolutely, 100 percentage. If you are searching for an earphone under $50 now, this is the earphone to get. I haven't tried other earphones, guys, so I cannot boldly say that this is the only earphone out there in the market which will be a great thing in this $30 segment. But since I tried only this earphone, I really like this. For this price, this is really, really worth, in my opinion. This is like I'm liking it much better than the Tin T3 Plus. Its build is very good. For $30, you are getting a aluminum build. You're also getting a nice cable. You are getting a good sounding earphone for this price. So it's a overall value for money package according to me. So Tin HiFi is really nailing in this 2022 year. They have been releasing a lot of good products, and it just creates a hope among the consumers that if Tin HiFi releases a product, this is gonna be good. This is really gonna be good. So they want to create that image in the consumer market, and they are creating it. So all the best for the Tin HiFi team to continue in their successful endeavor. And again, if you are in search of any IEMs under $30 to $50, this is the one to get. If you are in low budget, like if you need some IM under $10 or like $20, please increase your budget and get this Tin HiFi C2, because this is the deal breaker in this price segment. Thank you guys, thank you for watching this video. Later I will join you with another review sample. Until then, goodbye.